Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of A Healthy Dose of Fran. Today, Percy Jackson returns in a video looking at the Blood of Olympus from the Heroes of Olympus series. But in particular, pretty much the thing that happened at the very start, based on something that we have been told from the very beginning of the series. The Celestial Bronze and Imperial Gold are deadly to demigods, and yet, when Jason is stabbed with Imperial Gold, he survives. And we aren't really told why. So today, I'll be exploring how the Imperial Gold may actually have been killing him all along. Now, as it is explained, and this is not going to be completely word exact because I couldn't be bothered to look up the exact definition and explanation as to why Celestial Bronze and Imperial Gold kill demigods as well as monsters, but from the sounds of it, it's something relating to basically draining your actual soul from your body and basically being like an unhealable wound, similar to the scythe that Kronos has, in that it basically sucks the life from you. And we get this sense with Jason when they're able to sense that he is fading after being stabbed by the Imperial Gold sword in the back, and touchy subject there. But after that, we are given descriptions of the way in which he seems to turn grey. He appears as if he is fading, like he is disappearing into existence, like his very soul is becoming untethered. And then nothing happens. He doesn't fade. He doesn't die. He carries on. What I think is that actually he just perseveres. He knows he has a purpose to save the world, and to make sure that all these people that he has met throughout his time in the Heroes of Olympus series, like the minor gods who have been forgotten, and that is why they are turning against the gods, or turned against the gods during the Titan War, and are doing so again during the Giant War. He wants to make sure that they are all remembered and that they are all recognised as gods in their own right and given temples and places of worship so they aren't forgotten, they don't fade. As we saw with Pan in Battle of the Labyrinth in Percy Jackson, gods do fade when either their homes or just their name disappears. For Pan, it was the case of the fact that the satyrs needed to carry on his message because the wild was lost. And in other cases, like in Trials of Apollo, which I won't spoil, there are cases of gods whose names have just literally been forgotten. So they are forgotten. And it kind of goes like this. That is his purpose. His purpose is to do that. Not only to defeat Gaia, but then he has this afterwards. So I believe that this purpose that he has is driving his soul to persevere and carry on. Almost kind of a keep calm and carry on. We'll get through this until your mission is complete. And as this is happening, and as his mission is continuing, he is slowly dying. When we meet him again in the Trials of Apollo, the Burning Maze, Apollo describes him as weary and almost as if he's already an older guy, like as if I was going to say like my age, but that's insulting to me, so I'm not going to do that. But considering he is only 17 years old, he looks obviously war-torn and just exhausted and done. And I think that's because he knew that his mission was coming to an end. So the poison, in a sense, of the Imperial Gold stab wound, and the fact that also he nearly died in the Lost Hero as well, the only thing that kept him alive was Piper's charm speak, and possibly that was what was happening from his wound with the Imperial Gold as well. Not only did he have a purpose to fight from the things that he promised he would do and the war that was going on, but Piper was another reason. Her charm speak kind of powered him. But not only did he no longer have that, he no longer had his purpose. He no longer had any drive for life. And I've discussed this a little in my Hazel May Have Cursed Jason video, which I never know which side it's on, but I'll card it for you guys. I think that's also ties into this Imperial Gold stabbing, because the moment he does start to lose his drive, he weakens even more so. And as we all know, when it comes to that final moment and he makes Apollo promise that he will carry on his message, that he will make sure no one is forgotten, that these temples and all these things for all these gods and minor gods and just all these people that Jason promised will be remembered, he's at peace now. And while he may have been stabbed by the guy whose name I don't want to say, firstly because I forgot it, but I think it was also his body's way of saying it's time to let go. It's why Apollo basically describes a moment where he waits too long or he's pausing too long, and that's why he died. He took too long to react. But what I believe is it was his body saying it's okay. It's time to move on. Your message will be carried on. Your goals will be completed. You no longer have to tether yourself here. You can go. And while he does die in a horrible way, we can see a sense of happiness in a way, because, like I said, his mission will be completed. And he even chose to die in a sense, while he didn't know if it would happen or not. When given that prophecy that either Piper or he would die, he chooses himself, whether he knew unconsciously that he was already dying from the Lost Hero's near death, the stabbing in Blood of Olympus, and just the fact that everything about him was being driven by one goal that wouldn't last forever. That goal was already in motion. He had everything planned. He just needed someone to execute that plan. And it wasn't him. It was Apollo. And so once that was solidified, he was able to let go. And the curse and poison, or whatever we want to call it, of the Imperial Gold that he was stabbed with at the start of Blood of Olympus finally took hold, allowing him to take a breath and die in peace and move on, finally. Yep, that got deep, dark, and pretty depressing. But it's happened now. So what do you guys think? Do you think that the Imperial Gold blade that he was stabbed with was actually slowly killing him, and Jason either knowingly or felt something like that was happening, and that's why he chose to die in the burning maze? Or do you just think I'm speculating out my arse here? Whatever the case, let me know in the comment section down below. Before I sign off, I want to give a massive thank you and shout out to the fantastic cosplayer featured in today's thumbnail, Reece Burton, who his cosplay is amazing. Not only has he done Jason Grace, our angel of today's video, he's also done Luke Castellan and Octavian, a character that I didn't think I would appreciate until I saw his cosplay. He's also done Magnus Chase, various characters from other series, and as a whole it's just a brilliant and cool cosplayer from England, like myself. Wicked. So thank you to Reece for allowing me to use your image for today's video. If you guys want to go check him out and support his work, all his social media links are down below. As always though, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. In the description box you will find the links to my social media, my merchandise store, and my Patreon. If you want more Percy Jackson content, of course be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys